Hey guys, King of All 1986 here, and this is a contest entry for dfishfan. And before I get into showing the deck, I just have to say one thing to them. Man, you really put me through the ringer on this deck, man. Uh, when you posted what kind of deck I had to make, I was like, oh man, I'm like, shit, I might as well just drop out. But I was like, okay, hold on, I'm gonna try this out, because you know, this is actually my first contest I entered into, and yeah, I really want to kind of start off strong. So yeah, as I just want to say, man, I hope if you do another contest like this, please give me something better. But anyway, yeah, let's get started. I'll show you guys the deck here. Okay, basically this deck is called Dark Toons, and you'll see why. Yeah, so basically, first I got two Toon Gemini Elves. Basically, these are like level 4 good. They're proxy right now. I actually kind of fit these under the 15 limit here. So basically, what these do is when they attack, if they attack and they do battle damage directly, basically, your opponent discards one random card from their hand to the graveyard. So yeah, it's basically kind of cool. So now I got three Toon Dark Magician Girls, and these are like so easily with this deck to get out, and you'll see why later on. Basically, they're like one tribute. And also, I just kind of find out something interesting about the Toons. They're actually considered special summons. Even for the tributes, they're actually considered special. So, like, if you, like, have, like, say, Toon Gemini Alpha on the field, basically, you tribute that and special Dark Magician Girl. So, it's basically a special summon. And I really never really knew that. I had to look up the card rulings, and it's actually kind of interesting. So yeah, when the Toons are summoned, they're actually considered special summons. For like Toon Dark Magician Girl or Toon Blue Eyes, Toon Summon Skull. They're actually considered. And actually, Toon Gemini Alpha is actually a special summon, actually, too. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, continuing with the deck here. Next, I got 3 Gravekeeper Spies. These basically search out. These are like good defensive cards. They search out your deck, help thin it out. And yeah. Basically, it helps if you have Toon Dark Magician Girl in your hand and you want to special summon it, or summon it, you do that. The only thing about the Toons, you have to wait a turn to attack, which this deck is kind of good at stalling for that purpose. So yeah, 3 Gravekeeper Spies. Then I got 2 Descendants, 2 Descendants. Why? In case you happen to have like all 3 spies or 2 spies in your hand and you can't really special summon another spy, you kind of bring this guy out, and he's a good 1500 beater, and he's dark, as you see, one spellcaster. And basically what he does is you can tribute another Gravekeeper off, like say for instance Spy, because Spy is mainly going to be the one to bring him out. And basically tribute him off, and tribute off either Spy to destroy 1 card on your opponent's field. So yeah, good for clearing out like random cards, either monsters or spells or traps. And then I got 1 Marshmallow. Why I threw him in there is because this deck is mainly like the Toon Dark Magician Girls and Toon Gemini Elves. They always attack directly, so you're probably mostly guaranteed to get your direct damage in. So yeah, when your opponent attacks Marshmallow, they take 1,000. So this deck is basically like hit your life points. Hit your life points. Hit the life. Then we got 2 Cyber Dragons. Why 2 Cyber Dragons? Well, good for special summoning. Use special. Sack 1. Or attribute 1. Special summon Toon Dark Magician Girl again. So yeah. And then you can actually summon something else from this deck. So yeah. 2 Cyber Dragons. Then we got 2 DD Warrior Ladies. Basically good defenders, you know. Your opponent wants to attack, you remove it from play. So yeah. Or if they don't attack, you can suck it off for something else. Then I got 1 Breaker. As you can see there, 1 Breaker. 1 Gale. Gale is in here for, like, you know, tuning purposes and such and such. Breaker, you know, when he summons, he gets a spell counter, pop it off to pop 1 back row. And yeah, then we got 1 Caius. You know, if it's a dark monster on the field, you remove it when he summons it. And if it happens to be a dark, take another 1,000. So yeah. And Gores, of course, you know, if he ain't got nothing on the field, you summon him. And Dad, Dark Arm Dragon. So yeah, that's why I say this is mainly a Dark Toon deck. So yeah, that was the monsters. Let's get on with the spells, and I'm going to try to hurry this up here because we're like already almost 7 minutes right now. 2 Toon Worlds. I kind of didn't want to run 3. Basically, 2 is enough for this deck because you don't want to pay too much life points when you got to attack with the other toons. So then you got Cold Waves. I'm running 2 in this deck. And basically what this does is this actually helps you set up for direct attacks. So yeah, if you play this on your first turn, you or your opponent cannot set or activate any spells or traps until your next standby phase. Then you got Swords of Revealing Light, Course for stalling, Brain Control, and 2 creature swaps. If you can't really attack directly with the toons, you just basically swap them with opponent's monster. Or if they're weaker. If you have a weaker toon or something else, you just swap it out. Giant Trunade. This card is actually interesting with the Toon World. Basically, if you or your opponent activate this while Toon World is on the field, the Toon monsters aren't destroyed. So yeah, you can look up the rulings. So basically, if someone plays this when Toon World out, the Toon monsters do not get destroyed. So yeah, Giant Trunade, Mystical Space for, of course, the kind of backward destruction, and some draw power. Pot of Avarice. Never know when you might need to draw. Or if you need to limit your graveyard for Dad. And I got 2 Twilight Roads. Good for, protecting your back row or protecting your monsters from Lightning Vortex or Heavy Storm. Basically. So yeah. Damn, over 9 minutes. And 2 Dark and a Dark Bribe, for extra protection for Toon World. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. And Magician Circle. Of course, you got spellcasters all around in this deck. You are guaranteed to attack with one and activate that. Then we got 3D Prisons for attacking protection, and good for against Glad Beasts, I might add. And then the little trick card I like to play is probably Ceasefire. Basically all decks now have effect monsters with them. Activate that. Your opponent takes 500 for each effect monster. So yeah, YouTube and dfishfan, that is the deck, the Dark Toon deck. And yeah, peace.